Bring it back.
Hi guys, what's going on? I'm Evo Loz, and today we are back with another episode of Oriental Empires. We are on to, what is it now, episode 13 I want to say, possibly? Maybe 14, or maybe even 12, who knows. But anyway, if you remember last time, we were trying to crush the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Our city of Zhou to the north of our capital, down here of Yin, went into open rebellion, kicked out our soldiers, and declared themselves an independent state. Which was bad enough, but then to compound the emergency, the White D took it upon themselves to launch a party to try and crush the rebels and seize what was effectively my city for themselves. Which was quite annoying, but thankfully we managed to gather our army, advance on Zhou, and take it before the White D were able to seize it for themselves. So consequently we crushed the rebellion and have got the city back in line, and our army is now stationed in the north. So with this in mind, I want to actually think about getting rid of the White D. Or at the very least getting rid of Shang. We've got the sea up to the north. This looks like another White D city down here, and there could be potentially one further up. But I don't want to actually seize this city and take it for myself. I want to seize the city and just raze it to the ground. It's just been a problem for too long now, and it's just annoying. Plus, I've got quite a collection of cities, and you can only have so many cities before you start to have problems with your authority. As you can see down here, I've got an authority of 12. And, if I'm going to actually ever get rid of the Han, I'm going to be able to want to take some cities over this side of the river. So we're going to have leave some room in our inventory to be able to take cities over here. So there's no point in me taking this one, I just want to flatten it. So we're going to move our heavy spearmen back up. Our units are recovering, some of them were damaged in the fighting. And then when we're ready, we're going to move on Zhongshan. So let's just have a little look at what's going on. There was a fire down there, which is always good news. Other people's misery is always good to hear about. Other than that, nothing particularly exciting. Everywhere is producing a farm, and looks like, I can't remember what are we building at Yin. It might be the high walls, possibly. Yes, we're building some high earth walls at Yin to turn this place sort of into like a bit of a super fortress. It's already got the rammed earth walls, which look pretty good. Once they're going to be even higher and even more impressive. So we shall quickly check not the diplomacy tab, the technology tab. Yes, everything's currently researching. So let's smash straight into the next turn. The White D have got quite a few sort of armour units kicking around all over the place. Hopefully these will start to bring themselves back in line and get back up. They're not actually raiding anything, so it's not a problem yet. One farm was finished construction. Oh yes, in the newly captured city. Almost all these things need to be rebuilt since this city has been fought over a couple of times, or a lot of the farms were damaged and destroyed, so it's sort of losing population because of that. We'll continue to move the army, our heavy spearmen, further up to the north. Hopefully these units will continue to gain strength. Their efficiency is back, but it takes them a while to recover their strength, unfortunately. Our turn income is still looking very healthy, which is nice. I didn't mean to click on that, I meant to click on Yin. I don't think there's actually anything else we're allowed to build. Partly because of insufficient funds. There's no more space, because there's no more space available for building. So until we get to actually 100, we can't, 100 population, we can't build anything more there anyway. Although once we get enough, we can upgrade the settlement at AO, since that now got over 100, so we just need to keep saving up the money there. So nothing else to really do that turn. We could look at, see if there's any more good units to recruit, but really we've got a heavy spearman out in the field. I don't want to use any of the peasant militia anymore, we're sort of a bit beyond that now. Got the peasant halberds, now we're in the Warring States era, but really we're looking at the armoured spearmen and the trained archers, and we've got most of them in the army already. So we don't need any more upkeep. So let's smash straight into the next turn. There's quite a few White D units around Jing, so maybe we should be considering investing in a few more units to send from our capital. Yes, this is probably not a terrible idea. Let's invest in 2 units of trained archers. Let's pop out of this menu here. And then we'll keep one of these units in the capital. And then just one of these units on its own. Hopefully it is aware aware of that. I'm not going to send them all. We can send to try and garrison. No, not all of them. Just one. Oh dear. No. So I want you all to not leave the capital. Can I cancel that? Okay. I wish to cancel your orders. Stop moving! Okay, so you're going there, and you're going nowhere. Excellent. Okay, we're set. That could have all got a bit wrong. Let's just quickly check the technologies tab. I think a couple of them are finished, which they have. So if we need to craft technology. What did we do? Oh, we increased the value of the ceramics trade, because who doesn't need more money? So we could have a theatre. Increase culture with paper. Enables construction of armour works, which will allow a coat of plates. Ship watertight compartments. This is something we haven't really explored yet in this game. We've not really reached any coastline other than rivers, so we haven't really done anything with you know, sort of boats. So that's something maybe if we can get to the coast at one point we can make advantage of. But iron casting sounds like a useful technology to invest in, so let's get that. Let's have a look at what else we've got from our thought, which is like our cultural type technology tree. So we can increase the culture. Some temples, some Mohist school. Well, we'll just do that one, since that one's one that needs to be done. Astrology. Alright, so everyone knows that. Easy enough. So, what have we got to do? We've got to convert some farmland on the other side of the mountain. Yes, let's do that. We can build more farmland. Yes, for AO, which is good. And Yin should be getting towards the finishing. Yes, next turn the high wall should be finished. So that'll be interesting to see what they look like. So, yeah, we've got one stack without order, our heavy spearmen, but that's fine, I don't mind. Our archers are heading over to Jing. And they're going to form the bulk of the defence since there's no wall at Jing. Maybe we should be investing in a wall. That would probably be a wise idea. So I was going to be saving up the money for investing in upgrading AO, but I don't think we'll bother for now. So the high earth walls have been built at Yin. It looks nice. I don't think it's a massive graphical change over the previous buildings, but still looks kind of cool. So we've got high earth walls. If it will let me go into the city, which have now been built there. So other buildings we've got available: ceramics factory. I'm guessing this is an upgrade over. That's 150 upkeep per turn just to keep that building going, which seems quite a lot of money. We could have a court, reduces peasant unrest. Yeah, it's interesting. Swiftly dealing with the lawless. Okay, that could be worth building. Particularly on places where we seem to get unrest, like Zhen to the north. But for now, we're going to save the money, and we are actually going to go to Jing. Since the farmland progress isn't being made, we'll cancel that, and we are going to invest in a wooden palisade for 3 turns. Because if with no defence, I mean, our archers won't even be able to do a lot, even if the White D does decide to attack. You know, so we'll get our trained archers inside, and they can mount a reasonable defence of that city then, if they get attacked. Because I'm guessing the White D have probably got a city over here somewhere. That's why the units are moving between the two. There's even an army there, look. So hopefully our units are healing increasingly. I'm not sure if they are or not. I don't believe I specifically have to set them to a rest formation or anything like that. These units are only very lightly damaged, that's not really a problem. So let's head straight into the next turn. And we've got a pretty light garrison at Jing, but I think they're pretty safe over there. They're so far out of the way, I can't imagine it being a major problem. So the Han want us to attack the White D within 7 turns. Well, I have been thinking about attacking the White D, so that's probably not an unreasonable suggestion. In 7 turns, that can be done. So there's a sickness at Yin. Oh no, don't bring sickness with you. Rather worrying that a sickness has broken out. I hope they don't spread that sickness to my peasants. Most of that army appears to be composed of just peasant soldiers. Yeah, tribal like spearmen, nothing to worry about too much. They did have a larger army I saw somewhere. Noble chariots could be a bit more of a problem. They've got a large army here, which is just tribal light archers. With nothing but archers, I can't imagine that's going to be a particularly effective army. So I don't think that's anything we need to worry about too much. Some of our farms have been built, so let's get all these farms up and running. Build more farms there. Oh, we've got a farm built on the other side of the mountains. Can't imagine that's a particularly convenient place to farm for them. We'll build another farm there. AO's got room for just one more farm. Convert another farm there. Wow, lots of farms need to be built there. And they're actually building a building, so we don't want them to focus on building a farm. Particularly as we've only got 7 turns before we need to declare war on the YD anyway. So we want to take advantage of that. So, smash straight into the next turn. Should have perhaps checked the technology tab. The Han may have already gone to war with the White D, so that may be hopefully why the White D are pushing now down to the south, I hope. And once they clear our lands, no, I'm not going to attack the Han. No, I'm not prepared to agree that either. Since I have to declare war on you within 7 turns, as I agreed with the Han, and the Han are a lot more powerful than you, and I do not wish to upset them. So let's quickly check the technologies. Has anything been done? No, still a few more turns before we get anywhere on that front. No news this turn. I'm curious to see if these units are actually repairing. They don't seem to be repairing. I'm not sure how units are supposed to repair. Maybe there needs to be a surplus of food. Yeah, consumption is still outstrips. Yeah, so consumption of food outstrips production, so maybe that is the reason why the units aren't really healing properly. Yes, they seem to be sending a lot of units to the south. I wonder if we can have a look at agreed, do not attack each other for 2 turns. Attack the White D by turn 1, 3, 4. So that's how we've got to. So I've only got 2 turns until that peace expires. They're not actually at war with the Han, so the Han haven't declared war on them yet. Hopefully they will do shortly. Yes, I know there's the stack without orders. That's absolutely fine. So I don't know what the White D are doing. They just seem to be wandering aimlessly across my lands. Sounds like they've declared war. They've gone towards some barbarians. That fight appears to be over already. Yes, I will have a peace with the Han, since they're a rather powerful adversary and you don't want to go to war with quite at this moment. So, wow, a lot of news this term. So, let's have a look. Wooden Palisade is finished Jing, which is good. That provides a reasonable amount of protection. So a disease has broken out at that city to the south. It's not a problem, but we have lands pillaged over here by the flipping bandits. So the one city where I could really do without farms being burnt down, or getting farms burnt down, and a lot of farms got finished. So let's continue with the irrigated farmland, building more farms there, convert that to irrigated. There's no more space. Well, these may as well clear some forestry land then. Bo can build more terrace farms, and Jin can fit in a few more farms as well. Excellent. Once we get to 4,000, we can obviously upgrade AO to the super large, super duper duper city, but we can't quite at the moment. And that's everything for that turn. So let's head straight into the next turn. Hopefully we should get in a fight with these barbarians, which we're building. I'm hoping that our heavy spears, you know, are much superior units. So we're still taking some fire from they're chasing the archers from the field. I don't know if they'll catch them or not. No, they won't catch them. They're charging in formation. Oh, the archers are trying to run away, but they haven't. I would have thought our heavy spears would inflict pretty heavy casualties on these archers. I'm not surprised that the archers are even able to kill one of them. Oh, there's one, they killed one. Oh, 2. Okay, they actually did reasonably well. The other barbarians did not do so well. There we go, the archers have routed. Excellent! Okay, so we've hopefully done some damage to the barbarians, and maybe next turn we can finish them off. The white D is still kicking around in my territory, which I'd rather they weren't. So battle report, we lost 6 and we killed 36. So I'll probably go down here to try and make sure these bandits don't push back in down to the south. And we have finished a technology. So it's a military technology. We have just finished military architecture, which enables shooting galleries. So we'll have a quick look at what they do. We can't do anything in the Imperial era yet. So what else have we got options wise? So we've got sort of siege artillery, crossbows, military theory, which is just basically enables culture and enables an edict, and we can drain marshes. Well, I think we'll go yeah, we'll go for some of the sort of siege equipment. That's got to be cool. Something I don't really know anything about. Could be interesting to see how that works. So we're getting pretty high unrest, I think, at some of these places. Or is it unrest or just general food shortages, I think? Yes. Why are we getting so little food shortage all the time? Have we lost a lot of farmland at Yin, or... Yeah, that's rather strange. We suddenly seem to have lost a lot of farmland around here, which I don't understand why that's really happened. All the food production seems to be particularly low at all these places. Hostile armies in this settlement. Ah, okay, so we are now hostile to the white. Ah, dear. So the white D may now be starting to actually cause me trouble in terms of damaging my land. Okay, so let's get the army ready to move. What are we going to leave behind in terms of a garrison? We'll probably leave this damaged unit of trained dagger axemen as the only sort of defending unit. Okay, since it's a hostile unit, we can declare war on it. So I'm going to cancel this unit's order, so they're going to stay there. So if this does turn into a fight, these should get involved. Okay, so let's plough straight into the next turn and see sort of what happens. Okay, so war has broken out. Problem is these heavy, oh dear, heavy spearmen are facing off against an awful lot of archers. So it's basically turned into sort of open conflict now with the white D. Oh, I didn't know I had any chariots. Exciting. Those seem to be routing already, or just trying to get away so they can get some shots in. Starting to inflict some pretty heavy casualties on them. Oh, they've run straight into my units even more. So I think we did a fair amount of damage there to their tribal archers. And also we appear to they ran away and have ran into some barbarians. First time the barbarians are actually kind of being useful. Okay, excellent. So we basically did a reasonable job of driving the white D from the field there. But the problem is we have got white D sort of littered all over the place. And because they've just got so many units, it's going to make it pretty hard for us to actually do anything effective. So I want to have a look, one, if I can recruit some more light spearmen here, which I can. Which I'm going to do, just as a sort of defensive force in the capital. And these are going to advance as far as they can, along with the heavy spearmen, to take the fight to Zhongistan. So down here, things are looking a bit harder, and I think we're probably going to have to deal with this on another episode. We've got enemy troops scattered all over the place. So kind of an annoying feature of the AI, this is, I think. It makes it very hard to actually deal with them, since they can just skirt around your armies. They're not, I think in reality, they'd generally be one centralised army rather than just scattering people to the sort of 5 seasons and, you know, being all over the place. Look, they've even got some random people down here, which kind of makes it pretty annoying. But we'll deal with this next episode. At least we've not got any revolts going on at the moment. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thanks guys, and I'll see you on the next one.